Hey there, it's Brandon Lewis. Bob tells me that you and him have been speaking over the phone, exchanging emails about the possibility of setting up a Zoom painting business diagnostic with yours truly. I would be happy to do it. You may have questions, concerns, fears. You may worry if it's even worth your time, and I can understand all those concerns. So many have felt the exact same way, and I would be skeptical as well if I were you. But what I've found after doing about 3,000 of these is that people have a handful of primary concerns and curiosities before the call happens, so I'm going to try my best to answer those questions in this call. So what happens on this call, right? It's going to be an hour. That's a long time. Why do we need that much time? Well, right here is a painting business diagnostic form, and I have used this time and time again. It has gone through revisions over the years. And what it does is it helps me go through all of your business systems in a very logical way to determine why you might not be reaching your income goals, why your day-to-day stress may be through the roof. Perhaps you've been doing this for decades and you're just not at the income level you want to be. Your daily life is not pleasant. Maybe you've even gotten burned out on your painting business. I don't know where you are. People are all over the place. But people tend to have the same problems. So specifically, what do we do? First things first, I want to know a little bit about how you got started in the painting industry. Your background, did you come from a technical background, a corporate background? Were you on the brush? Were you never on the brush? How long have you been in business? We'll look at your annual sales volume for the last couple of years and also your income. How much did you make? Okay, that includes your net profit, that includes your salary, all the benefits that you derive that are really for you personally, for your company. Then we get down to brass tacks. We start talking about things that really matter for operations. And we look at your charge rates, your pay rates. I take a look at your production rates in addition to your job costing methodology, how you're running crew meetings, what kind of systems you're using both in the office and with your crew leaders to empower them to come in on budget and make clients happy. Are you incentivizing your painters? What type of labor model are you using? When we get into that section and we complete it, at the end of that, I can usually see a handful of things that are likely negatively impacting your income because your gross profits may be suffering because the systems are missing. So that's the first place we start. That is probably the most important place to start in your painting business, to simply make certain that the work you're currently processing and will process is actually estimated accurately, it is sold profitably, and then it is implemented and executed in the field by your crews profitably. And there is a methodology that is straightforward and simple for making sure that that happens. From there, we're going to move into client reactivation and retention strategies because repeat and referral work costs less money, the jobs are bigger, the close rates are higher, the clients are less price sensitive. It's likely you're sitting on a gold mine of opportunity, and all we have to do is just tap into it. It is super duper simple. Okay, we'll go through that. We'll talk about reactivation and retention. If you don't know the difference between those two, don't worry. I'll explain it all to you in the call. I am an expert of this of sorts because I came from a political and a fundraising background. And so this communication with donors, with clients is something that I've got decades of expert experience in, and I'd love to share that with you. From there, we're going to look at the persuasive elements of your sales process. That is different from how you quote jobs. The persuasive elements, pre-positioning, presenting, post-positioning, follow-up, the proof you use, the process you go through, the marketing messages you put in front of your clients, your follow-up methodology, their presentation tactics, all that stuff. And what I typically find is most sales systems are weak. They're kind of email a PDF, pet the dog, sales systems, and it doesn't work very well for selling super duper high priced services, which is what you sell. Often your project prices are $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, and those are just really expensive, big investments for homeowners. And in order to get your top dollar billing, you simply have to sell those differently. From there, we're going to look at if you're in a proper market, your paint prices. Are they competitive? Are you overpaying? Are you underpaying? I'll send you a little survey. You can reply back and I'll let you know specifically how much money you might be able to save. We run a painters purchasing group, and so I have processed hundreds and hundreds of reports for painting companies about their material pricing to see if they're in line. We're also going to discuss, and you can see we've moved rapidly on this call, we're going to discuss net new lead generation online a little bit, and we're also going to talk about B2B referral strategies. How do you network with other tradespeople, realtors, etc., in your area to make certain that you are in front of high quality clients without spending a ton of money? It's a fantastic strategy. We will move on from there to see if you've got a commercial repaints program that has a lead generation and retention component that could allow you to find larger, more lucrative jobs that repeat year after year. It's another way to scale your painting business. It's a very resilient market, especially in an inflationary economy. We'll talk a little bit about operational marketing. What do you do on a job to make certain that you have a job coming up next? Okay, how do you leverage that project opportunity and create another opportunity with regularity? We get into a little bit about your time management habits, your availability to actually work on something to improve your systems, etc. At the end of the call, essentially what I do is say, all right, here's what I see. Here are your biggest opportunities. Here are your biggest problems. And then I'll answer any questions you have about how our program addresses that. And at the end of the call, you'll either say, I'd like to enroll, Brandon. Please help me. I'd love the done-for-you systems. I'd like to surround myself with a peer network that is accomplished, who may already be 3, 4, 5 years ahead of me where I am in my business improvement journey. I need that kind of support. I need the accountability. And I don't want to recreate things from scratch. I've been doing that for years. I'm tired of it. It's not working. How can you help me? In which case I'll explain any and all questions that you may have, and if you'd like to enroll, we'll enroll you right there at the end of the call. So it's pretty simple. You have complete control over what you do. I never twist anyone's arm. However, if I feel like you're a great fit for the program, I will flatly tell you it's in your best interest to join. If I don't think you're a good fit, which happens about 30% of the time, I'll tell you, and I'll tell you exactly why. In closing, you may not know that much about me, so I'm going to tell you here at the end. I started my own painting business in 2008. I grew it up to over $1 million and 20 associates in the worst recession since the Great Depression, sold it for $440,000 in 5 short years later. And you may think, oh, well, gosh, you must have some stunning business acumen. Well, I do have an undergraduate in marketing. I do have a master's in business administration, but those were not helpful. In fact, they almost put me under. What they teach about what works in corporate America does not work for small service businesses. And much of the advice that you may have gotten over the years may have been wrong as well. It almost put me into poverty, following that image and branding mantra that really just doesn't work. Now, not only did I come at the painting industry with a disadvantage, I also grew up super poor. My dad could not read or write. I lived in a sawmill slat house that had one sink in the kitchen that belched old red well water. We didn't have carpet on the floors. We had unpainted wafer board ceilings. My father had clubfoot, facial deformities. We were in Appalachian poverty. And so if you've come from some kind of background, whether it's poverty, substance abuse, etc., and you think, well, I can't make it in the painting business. I don't have the business acumen. I didn't grow up on the right side of the tracks. None of that matters. Your age doesn't matter. Your ethnicity doesn't matter. Where your market is doesn't matter. It's all about whether or not you as the owner will do what you need to do. I launched the Painters Academy in late 2014. I've worked with almost 500 painting contractors. I've conducted, I think, about 2,500 of these assessments in some form or fashion. So these are things that I am perfectly equipped to help you with. It's my passion to do it. I enjoy it. It's exciting to me, and I'm very talented at it. And we likely have the most amazing suite of tools, templates, and methodologies to bring together really good done-for-you coursework, peer group accountability, and also the sequencing that really matters, and then an expert diagnostic and coaching. And when you put all those factors together, what we call complete combination coaching, not incomplete, but complete combination coaching with high-performance peer groups in particular, good things happen. Over the years, I have been able to see, especially at the Painting Profit Summit at the Academy Awards Dinner, people whose lives have been completely and utterly changed. And I am not one to be sentimental or emotional, but my wife often will tell people at dinner parties, when I talk about what I do for a living, I'm pretty mechanical about it, but she will always pop in and say, he changes people's lives. Let me tell you about. And she'll tell stories about members of the year, APPC Gold and Platinum members that have just gone on from poverty to princely riches. I see it happen all the time. People that double, triple, quadruple their income in a year or less. It's not balderdash. It's not hype. I've just seen it happen. If you fix the systems that feed into your income and you make incremental changes in the major systems, it just shows up in your bank account. It's as simple as that. And luckily for you, a painting business is very simple, and it's something I understand a great deal about. In closing, I am likely one of, if not the, most knowledgeable people in the world on improving painting business systems. So if you want to pass this opportunity by, continue to work on your own, figure out, surf the internet, look at YouTube, hope you're doing the right things, hope you're doing them in the right order, hope the things that you have created are the best they can be, that's great and fine, and it's better than doing nothing. But the older I get, the more I have discovered I don't have time to learn from scratch every skill set that I need. I go out and I seek experts, vendors, employees, you name it, people who have been there, who have done that repeatedly. So if you do not have that acumen of repairing and improving hundreds of painting businesses, why not talk to somebody who has? I'd be happy to talk to you. It's no obligation, it's no pressure. I just ask that you come with an open mind and that you're financially capable of enrolling in our program and following through with some of the things that I'll ask you to implement. And those things do not take long, but it does take the discipline. It takes the courage to sign up for a call and to show up and then to follow through. You're in a great industry. You have all the talent you need to succeed. If you're not where you are, it's not your fault. It's just because you don't know what to do, you're not doing the right things, and maybe you're not doing them in the right order, or you've prioritized incorrect initiatives. I'm not certain, but you give me 60 minutes on the phone, and I will be able to dial in exactly what you need to do so that you can get to the painting business of your dreams. Finally, I know this is a long video, but this is a very deep subject. You feed your family with this business. You may spend 40, 50, 60 hours working in this business. Why wouldn't you want to learn how to do it the very best way possible? If you could put in the same amount of hours, but just do it differently for a different result. Your kids deserve it. Your grandkids deserve it. Your spouse deserves it. You are likely, if you're watching this, a man that's the breadwinner in his family. Maybe not. But I'm telling you, when you no longer have to have that uncomfortable money conversation with your spouse and kids, when you feel certainty, when the stress goes away, when you know if you walk away from your business for a week that it's going to keep running without you, and that the people you put in the field will actually deliver things, so you don't have to babysit, so you're not wearing all the hats, that's a transformation that's worth working for. It's especially worth 60 minutes of your time. If you agree with me, please reach out to me, Brandon@paintersacademy.com. You can call me, 423-800-0520. Or finally, it'd be real easy if you want to just text Bob and he'll set it all up for you. Email him. Whatever you need to do, I'm here to help. And I mean that sincerely. Take care. Have a great day. I can't wait to talk to you soon. See ya.